Okay, thank you for being here today. Just a reminder, every Friday, we are going to be doing this call. And did we decide 9 o'clock or 9 Pacific Standard, 9:30, Mandy? Do you remember?
I thought it was 9:30, but.
Oh, gosh. There I go. I missed it again. Okay. I'll set a recurring call that just goes up and reminds us at 9:30. So 9:30 is fine for me. That's totally fine. So let's get it on the calendar for next week at 9:30. I'm going to put it on my calendar right now. I'm going to, hold on. Unless it's better at 9 for people. I mean, does it matter for you, Mandy?
It doesn't for me on Fridays.
Well, let's just get it done earlier then. I'm gonna say 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sorry guys, I keep changing it. That means it's like noon for Eastern Standard Time, and maybe some of you could hop on for lunches. Recurring. So that would mean I would have to get my butt up early and get my workout on before the kids in, because that's been a month since I've done that, because I'm a freaking hot mess over here, disaster. Okay, so I'm gonna put recurring PS call, and this call is also open to your downline that are working. So I wanted you to make sure that you get any working coaches in the downline. We're gonna call this a dig deeper call, which is going to be action orientated calls, which I'm also going to have, I haven't decided if I'm going to have them come into my Dig Deeper page because it's not super active, or do a Zoom link, but I'm going to start having guest speakers on this particular call, okay? But in order to be on this call, here's what I expect, and I just want to share this with you. You're working your business, you're doing business activity tracker more often than not, and I'm going to raise my hand and say, I need to do better at that. I need to be a better leader. I've told you that. That's the main thing that I struggle with. But I expect you to work off a business activity tracker and not just freaking wing it. I expect you to have work hours, or work power hours, or work half hours, or filling, you have work scheduled. And that doesn't mean, oh, tomorrow I'm going to work. I don't know what time I'm going to work. It's really, really important that you look at your calendar for the week. And we talked about this last time, and that you plug in your 15 or 20 minutes. This is the time I'm going to, especially for Mandy, like you who works, during this, when I drive to work, I'm doing my PD every single time, let's say. When I drive home, I'm listening to the trainings of my team page, or any call that I missed, okay? On 15 minutes for lunchtime, maybe you're going to eat lunch at your desk and you're going to spend 20 minutes inviting. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, I know this is how people have done it for teaching. And the main thing is that you're just disciplined to do your crap, and so that when you come to this call, hi, Christina. When you come to this call, that's what I expect. So I'm basing it upon action and what makes you happy and proud. So I want you to earn this call I want to see your beautiful faces, but I also don't want you, I'm hearing a lot of you talk in the group message, I'm really upset with myself, or I didn't do Mandy, you didn't make Success Club, and Elizabeth didn't either, but do you notice the difference? She didn't make Success Club either, but she's actually really proud of herself because she's actually making steps towards what she wants to do. Speaking of Elizabeth, she just popped on, okay? So I just want to make sure that you set a standard for yourself and you hit that standard. And for me, my standard is helping 3 people a month at least, because I know that grows my business, and that's something that I really want to focus on. But I also want to focus on building 20 star diamonds in my downline. And that is a big feat. It freaks me out, almost makes me want to puke. Not because I know that builds depth, and that means my team is growing. I also was really praying this morning, and I felt like I want to help 20 new people in 2019 start to make $500 to $1,000 a week. Okay, so if they make $500 a week, that's $2,000 a month. I think that could change a lot of people's lives. Okay, that's not 6 figures. That's $50,000 a year. But to me, I want to do that. So I want to have 20 to 30 people that I can help do that each, and one of you hopefully are going to be them. So that doesn't mean that it's all Success Club points, Success Club points, Success Club points. It's called depth, okay? So I want you to understand that I do believe that Success Club is important. I do believe that every one of you can make it. But if for some reason you're struggling or not making it, it doesn't mean you're a crappy coach, okay? There's a lot of people in this business that have built a huge team and depth, and they don't make Success Club anymore. They help their team. So I just want to explain to you that Success Club doesn't always equal life's going to be amazing. and people, it's an incredible, but it is a standard in this business to understand that when you're adding 3 people to your team each month, then you're growing. And that's true. And we want you to grow. Okay. So does that make sense? So as much as I want to say, success, it's an important piece of the pie. It's not the entire pie. Okay. Volume is just as important. So you need to understand volume and figure that out. Like 500 PV a month, like as you're moving through, like your organization, 500 PV a month will help grow your team. Okay. And then you start making 500 PV a week. That's huge. You start to make money because you're cycling. All right. And then we know your rank is important, not because, oh, I'm a diamond, because when you become a diamond, you're not going to make all this money. I'm going to be honest with you. You make a lot more money when you're a 2-star. Okay. But when you become a diamond, you start to cycle at a higher rate, at that $16 and $18. And so that all adds up. So that's what I wanted to explain to you about what these calls are for. And that's for so this call is for your team, my PS coaches, and any business builders that you want to get them to start to do action. Okay. Now, I know that, for example, Christina and I have talked about this, and she's mentioned this, like she's not necessarily using our business activity tracker. I don't necessarily care, but if you are not tracking, you're going to be, and I'm telling you time and time again, the months that I struggle are the months that I do not track on Excel. I did not track on a business activity tracker. My husband called me out on my ass, yesterday, and was like, what do you need help with most in your business? I was saying, like, I didn't have the month that I wanted to in February. I'm pretty upset. I'm pretty irritated with myself. He's like, well, what? Like, how many people did you sign? How many people did you talk to? Do you know what I told him? I don't know, because I didn't track it. And it was so embarrassing as a business owner to not be able to tell my husband. He goes, well, that's your freaking problem, Kiana. And he's not even in the business. And it's like so easy in your face that how many people can raise their hand and be like, when I track, I feel a lot better. Raise your hand. That's the truth. Okay. So the goal is to track, and to not track because you feel like it, but to track because it's a disciplined behavior as a business owner. So that is my goal. Like, here's the thing is I just realized this. I don't like, a lot of people are like, well, I don't feel like working out, but like I work out every single day. Like even if I'm not motivated, I just do it because I'm disciplined, because I'm an adult and I know that it makes me feel better. So as a business owner, you've got to start thinking about your business activity tracker and tracking your behaviors and the business activities, like actual depth, as just like working out, that like you do it because you're a business owner, and because even though you're not motivated to do it, you're going to know what's working and what's not working. So can we make agreement to that? Number 1. Okay. So whatever business activity tracker you're using, or whatever tracking system you're using, it better be able to track who you're talking to, who you invited, and whether they said yes or no. That's the main things that you need to track. The business activity tracker, I actually really like, especially for newer coaches, or especially for those that are like stuck, or like, I need to go back to the basics, because it tells you exactly what to do on your stories. It tells you exactly what to do and how many people, and you can decide how many people you want to invite a day, and you can set goals for yourself. So like, I know some personalities aren't type A, like a tracker type of person. But I'm telling you time and time again, the things that keep coming up with me and my coaches, and the ones that are successful and the ones that are struggling, are the ones that are tracking and not. Okay. So let's talk about March. I want to make sure I share this with you. You need to be a business owner. Okay. And you need to go to the Champions Beachbody page, and you need to watch the video about the Ultimate Portion Fix video. I am going to go live this weekend and talk about the different packages and all the different stuff in our team page. But I am telling you right now, just to be honest, it's the most confusing launch we've ever had. And I'm not telling you that to scare you. I'm telling you to say, if you wake up on Monday morning and are like your customer writes you, or people are asking about the Ultimate Portion Fix and you have no idea, but let me break it down very basic. It's an expansion on the container system. It's 30 days of videos. Okay. There's a workbook that go along with the videos that you can write notes. There's a logbook that goes along with like logging in your workouts, like checking your container system. There's the containers that come with it. Also in this package is Fixate Volume 2, the cookbook. A lot of people like that. Also in this package is the cooking show for Fixate if you don't have Beachbody On Demand, and then 75 healthy lunch ideas for kids. Okay. And then on top of that, it's the access to the group that you're going to do 21 new real-time workouts for the 21-day fix. Okay. And that starts on April 1st. So here's the thing. I don't care if you necessarily love the containers. You need to have this as an option and just understand it. I don't think you need to spend hours and hours of time behind this if it's not your thing. But a simple question, and I will post it in our group page, in our group message, in our Dig Deeper downline is a simple like picture that someone made, and it says, are you this type of person or this type of person? And it basically says, are you a 2B container? Are you a 2B mindset person, or are you a container person? And I was literally shocked in my challenge group when I posted that, how many people want the containers. I was shocked. They were like, I need structure. I need the containers. And that literally was like, what I was able to post that, share that with my customers. And I've been starting conversations with them. So my suggestion to you is go to your customers that you've been working with, check in with them. If they've done the 2B mindset in the past, ask them if it's working for them. Ask them if it's something they want to continue. Ask them if they need more support or how they're doing, or ask them if they want a little bit more structure. And, you know, you don't even need to ask them if they want more structure. Just ask them and listen. And if they say they want more structure and it may not be something that's working for them, offer the portion control, ultimate fix portion, because we're going to be doing it together as a challenge group, together as a team. We're starting April 1st as a team in our digital underground group. Okay. So I'm just telling you right now, like, this is a great conversation piece to get old conversations started about where we're like, for example, Christina and I are talking about 2B mindset people. I have about 10 girls that are doing the 2B mindset, but like they've fallen off the face of the earth. So I'm going to connect with them, talk with them, ask them, is this something you can still get your mind around? Is this something you can get your, like, do you like this? You just need a little bit more support. Do you like the 2B mindset, like, ideas? Because when they follow it, they do great. They just need a little bit more support. But maybe some of them are like, this is too, like, I had a girl say, I like it, but it's too loosey-goosey for me. I think I need to go back to the containers. I think, and here's the thing, is it's not right or wrong. For me, I love the 2B mindset 85% of the time, but for like, I'm going on vacation at spring break. So I want to like tighten up my nutrition. And so I'm going to do the containers for 2 weeks. So you guys, coaches on Monday, March 4th, can order the Ultimate Fix portion control. Okay. What you're getting different is those videos, that workbook, that logbook, an extra set of containers, because apparently we all need those. I have about 45 of them. Okay. That cookbook, and then the access to that real-time live workouts. I don't know about you. You may not even like Autumn as a trainer. You may love her. I don't know. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. She's not my cup of tea, but her workouts work. Her 30-minute, 21-day fix workouts. When I did that with 30 minutes, super quick time, it'd be fun to be in those workouts and to go back to a 30-minute workout with weight training, because right now we've been doing Transform 20 without weight training, right? So I would definitely do two things. Go look back at all the people that have bought 2B mindset from you, and go look back at all the people that bought 21-day fix from you. You can do a search in your customer list, and they can all come up, and you can restart conversations with these people and ask them how they're working. Go back into your challenge group. I have a year-long challenge group, and I'm reaching out to each person, asking them, like, how are things working for you? I wrote in there, I went live in there, I shared with them what this is about. So if you don't know what it's about, that's a problem. So know that that's what the expansion on the containers are, okay? There is so many dates and so many different stuff, but the main dates you need to know is March 4th through the 17th. We as coaches can purchase this. I would highly suggest you don't wait till the 17th, because you want to get access and start, and maybe do it for maybe if the containers aren't your thing, do it for 7 days and just have it like a 7-day result, like a quick results with the container, so that you can have results. Okay. And then you can learn it for 2 weeks before, and then customers, it's available on March 18th. Okay. Those are the two main things. There is a whole nother FAQ on certification and master series. Just like you can be certified in 2B mindset, you can be certified in this. Okay. So you're going to see 2 challenge packs for coaches only that say certification and master series. That's what that's about. It's up to you. That's a whole nother ball game. Look on the FAQ. If that's something that you want to do, there is a monthly membership to that. It's $20, just like 2B mindset. It basically ups your game in better supporting your clients and social media marketing tools. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not going to be master trained, because you can't charge extra unless you're actually a nutritionist. So unless I have a nutrition degree, I can't charge like $20 to put them in a group and work with them extra. Does that make sense? So like Taryn is getting her nutrition certification just so that she can charge people extra for the 2B mindset and for that type of stuff. Okay. And then
I gotta go. I love you.
Oh, I love you. Thank you. You can listen to the rest later. Sorry guys, I'm talking your ear off. April 21st, is the 21 Day Fix live workouts come out, and then April 29th, the 21 Day Fix extreme workouts come out, and you get access to both of those if you purchase the base kit with everything in it, okay? And then just so that you know, I'll go live in the video. I'm gonna stop talking about this. There's 6 different challenge packs plus an additional optional thing that I'll break down and go, but please, please, please watch the Beachbody Champions and take notes, and then you'll just feel really good about what you can offer your challengers, and then you can ask questions in Team Empowered and make sure that you're doing that, okay? Is that cool? All right, so let's talk about March, all right? I want you to share 2 or 3 goals for March in your business and personal. I want you to get your calendar out or whatever you're using to track and keep yourself focused. I will tell you the team calendar will be up soon. So we're still gonna have the Monday night team calls, the GSR, and then like the Emerald in 24 hours. There is a little bit shifting because of spring break and people are on that the Success Club trip. So, but just pay attention to the calendar. But I want to talk to you about your goals. So I want to hear your goals for the month. I want you just to really be mindful that what makes you happy, what brings you joy. And I think there needs to be a balance between business and personal. And I don't think it needs to be numbers only and not like mindset, because I think mindset is important. So think about just focusing on what would really make you happy, what would really, like if you woke up at the end of March and you're like, wow, I crushed this month, what does that look like for you? Okay? Christina.
Yes,
you go first.
Like, pick me, I'll go.
You go first.
And I wanted to say to you that I feel where you're coming from. That's been a lot of my struggle throughout my coaching journey, and that I really had to kind of dig in and figure out what I really love about this business. And it took a massive step back and to really figure out that I have to dig into what I love. And yes, Success Club is super important because that's what we're trained to do. But like Kiana said, at the end of the day, it's really about what brings us joy in this business and what moves us forward. So like I had to distance myself for a long time from that. And now I'm okay. Like if I don't make Success Club, I'm okay because I've made that choice. It's not because I haven't invited, and it's not because I haven't done the steps, but I choose to see my space like in PV and like the actual results I'm getting with my customers and my coaches, right? So I think you just need to figure out what you enjoy most and how you want to move forward. And it does really help. It just takes time to figure it out because it's hard. I never really liked the last minute panic for Success Club because that's how I did it. And yes, I could have made it in the beginning of the month, but I just really value the conversations and the value that I give to people, whether they sign up or not. So that's my food for thought. Just got to find what you love, right? Because you know you love this business and you know you'd be lost without it. So it's figuring out how you want to make it in your work, like Kiana says, so that you can, you know, at the end of the month come out of it saying, I crushed it because I did this, right? So for me, like for March, like everything, it's based on my words, which are for 2019, ease and flow. I don't want things to be hard. I don't want to perceive things as hard. I just want things to ease naturally. So I kind of got back on the inviting train last month. I didn't make Success Club, but that's okay. I had some really, really stellar conversations with people. And so this month I'm launching my 2B Mindset group, which is just basically like it's 2B Mindset, but it's following that, but it's going to mostly be on just the mindset piece and bringing my favorite things like meditation and that sort of stuff into it, working on the mindful stuff. So I'm launching that on March 18th. My goal is to have, like, I'd like to say 10 women, but minimum 5 women in the group that I'm going to work exclusively with. I've already planned out the course. I just need to do the fine details. And so business-wise, like I'm just going to throw myself into the first 2 weeks of getting that organized. So that means doing the forms and reaching out to the people and all of that stuff. I also really want to keep growing my Instagram and be more seen in Instagram in that way. So that's kind of my business side of things. Personally, I just want to get outside more because I feel a lot of my creativity comes when I disconnect and go outside and get in nature. And even though it's colder than like hell right now, I'm here.
Your pictures are freaking amazing on
thank
like
you.
all these pictures that you're coming out. I'm like, what the F is that? She's like an Instagram model. What is going on?
Right. So I'm going out into nature and taking pictures because that's my jam and that's what works. And that's
Are you finding you more engagement on Instagram or no?
Not engagement, but more like well, yeah, I guess engagement, like people commenting, not always just bots, right? Like, and so people just kind of, and even on Facebook, like people are reaching out going, oh my God, your pictures, your words, encouraging, blah, blah, blah. So I know I'm on the right path. I just have to tweak it, right? So I'm working really hard at making a presence on Instagram there. And now I'm really going to vamp it up now to be promoting myself. Cause that's seriously, I've gone from calling ourselves coaches to ambassadors. Like we're ambassadors for good living. Right. And we use products to help us get there. But at the end of the day, it's about us. So that's kind of like where I'm going with all of this. And so I've really taken it to be that I'm an ambassador and that's what I represent. So business wise, that's what I want to do. And then just personally wise, I just want to be outside in nature more and take those pictures, but also just really connect, because that's where I find my creativity. And that's where I can like let go of stresses and feel like I'm not doing enough and just be like, it's okay, I got outside. And that to me, at the end of the day, I feel happy when I do that. So that's kind of like where I'm going, because financially, like my paychecks have gone down for sure, but I'm not doing the work. And I'm honest with myself about that. I'm aware of myself about that. I'm sitting at Emerald, totally know that, I've gone from one side of Emerald that like, I'm okay. I know I'm going to build it back, but this time I want to build it back more authentically and more stable. I don't want to have the people that I'm dragging through. I want to have people that are going to be like, yes, I'm committed to doing the program. Yes, I'm committed to being a coach and doing the work and growing the business the way I want to, as opposed to like dragging people through the mud, right? And like, your conversation before that I kind of just quickly got to skim through. It's easy when all those people leave us to feel so disheartened. I mean, how many times have I called you kind of crying because I'm like up, down, like in my coaching and just like, but what I've really come to realize is that when you find the quality people and they stay with you and they run with you, that's really what it's all about, right? Like it's finding those people. So then it has to start at baseline. It's got to start with your challenges. Like how many of your challenges, when you ask them, how committed are you to doing this? Are you 9 out of 10? Yes, good. I'll sign you up. If they tell you 7 out of 10, well, you're not ready to do this yet. And that's hard for me to do, because I used to be like, take all the people because I need to make Success Club. But that's what I've let go of now. I'm only going to work with the people that are 9 out of 10 committed to making it work, because they're the people that are going to end up being incredible coaches, So that's what I've taken.
Yeah. One of the things I was going to say is, at the end of the day, is it more important to you to be recognized on stage as like a 5-star or like all these different things, an elite, or is it more important to bring in money at a 2-star with quality people? Yeah. And maybe you're not recognized as much as you want, but like you're making way more money for your family. So like I know people that are 5-star and I know people that are 2-star, and the 2-star people make way more money than 5-star people, because they're like 100 Success Club pointers at 5-star, and the 2-star people are like 5 to 10 Success Club points, maybe sometimes not even, and a couple of them don't even make Success Club sometimes, but they're solid at recruiting the right kind of people. They get really good challengers. So for me, I had to get over the fact that like I just don't attract really like people that are like go crazy business builders, and that's okay. Because I attract people that are lifers, that are going to stay here longer, that are like the moms that need this, that they do. Like even my posts have changed a little bit, but just like if you looked at my last post, like you can be a stay-at-home mom and you can make money on the side. That's okay. Or you can be like work from home. You know what I mean? Like just making extra money to like whatever that means for your family for an impact. And I don't really care what that amount of money is. I just want to help you make an impact on your family. So my whole next year is going to be switching from I had little kids at home to I'm not going to have any kids at home next year. So like, I do want something for myself. I do want something to spend. Like, do you know what I mean? Like my whole life is going to be changing. So I'm going to be attracting moms that are at home or people that are working that want something, a side hustle that gives them joy. And so one of the things I was going to say, Christina, is that like, I feel like when you are divining your purpose and you live your purpose, it may take a while to build your truth, but people are going to come. And one of the things I was going to say is, have you heard of Taryn? I've noticed Taryn's like Instagram page has changed and she's getting more engagement. And I'm not going to say like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't want you to take the next course, the next shiny bright thing and spend the money on these things. But she does say that, what's her name?
Talking about Kayla?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Mandy's in her Facebook group. I am too. And I like her or no? She did a team call, and I love her. She did a team call.
Okay, so she said she did something called like a 5 stop the hey girl messages. That's like a 5-day group. And then she paid her to do an audit on her Facebook page.
I paid her to do an audit on mine too.
She said it's really helpful with her just basic tips and her basic ideas, and that it's really helping her new coaches. Yeah. So if we could get maybe stick with the training, focus on that, and if people that want to build an Instagram help start following her and start using her tips, I think that's good. And then I'm doing Bob Heilig's training, which is just mind blowing to me, like how overcomplicated things that I've been doing, you know what I mean? But I just want to throw her name out because I didn't know.
So I signed up for her private audit, and she sent me, like, she sends you a whole file when she goes through it.
How much is that? Do you mind if I ask?
No. When I signed up, it was just under 300. It was like 290.
And you liked it?
I did. I found it really beneficial. I mean, there was some stuff that I took and some stuff that I didn't, but for the most part, she did a great job of just going through and looking, because that's what I needed individually.
Yeah.
Like, what do you need? She really helped me hone in. She sends you a big document that you go through and you look, because my biggest thing was like the hashtags. My hashtags weren't bringing people. So I'm slowly working on those and slowly changing them. But she's phenomenal. Like, she's good. She's definitely worth the money. Like, I would pay that money.
Yeah.
I'm in her Hey Girl Academy too.
Yeah, there you go.
I will be honest with you. People ask me all the time. They're like, do you pay for people? So I have paid all these different like people from STEM Social, which I freaking hated, to now I'm doing Jumper Media. And I don't like I've done it for like 6 months to 9 months and my followers have increased. But like it matches the amount of people that I follow. It's like 5,000 and 4,000, and it's like not my people. So I'm scratching it all. I'm canceling them. My last day is March 7th, but I am hiring someone from Girl Boss Solutions, and it's one girl that goes into your account, and you have a whole like one-on-one thing with her. And they work a lot with Beachbody coaches. And I don't know if you follow Jess Dukes, but Jess Dukes went from like 4,000 followers to 40,000 followers in like a year. And I like her stuff. Like I like how she runs her business. And she said, she did a call for our mastermind. And she said like the number one thing that she changed was she makes her pictures like filtered and pretty on like the whatever. But she hired Girl Boss Solutions, and the people that they bring in are just her exact person. And so like my husband keeps saying, Kiana, like you may need to spend money to get people, like to get your exact people in, and it's going to be worth it. And he's like, you just have, that's what like you have to do right now. And right now I'm okay for 2019. Like I'm not worried about my followers. I'm worried about the quality of followers. So that's where I'm focused on now. I just wanted to kind of share that with you. Anyhow.
Yeah, awesome. I'll look them up. But I was really happy with what she did, just doing the audit for me to work on and little tips to change. But honestly, like if I could have someone do that, I would, because to me, that doesn't interest me. To me, it's putting out the content and having the conversations with people. That's what interests me, not like trying to find people and hashtagging stuff and going through and searching.
Have you done any more with that light leader girl that I put you into that group? That light
leader? I love her. She's my person.
Is so you. She's, do you know, she made $100,000 this month?
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
so I watch her trainings every Friday.
But she's so funny because she's like the most hippiest, woohoo, like natural, like nothing like any other. It just goes to show that like if you're an true energy giver, and you are just hardworking, and you have this sisterhood of people that are like you and community, it does not matter what you look like, who you are.
Yeah.
Like, her personality shines through every live video that she does. She is so like happy and just so like, anyhow, it just was interesting. Just, I like watching her stuff because she's nothing like me, but she's like such a light giver and such an energy person, and like really honing in on your skills and your personality and I know she offers like, you guys, she offers like things that are like $3,000 a month. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh. But like these girls are like, not that I'm saying go spend that money, but it's just interesting to share that you can be yourself and you can make money. You doing what you love. You know what I mean?
So true. And I think a big part of it too, Mandy, was like, for me, the whole big picture is it's just about the energy you're putting out and what you're attracting, right? Because that's really what it is. Forever, I used to always be like, there's got to be an easier way than messaging all these random people that you make small talk with to finish the conversation, be like, this person is not my person at all. Why am I even having this conversation? Like, that's how I ended it. But I really feel like it's like, when you're posting and you're talking and you're sharing, when you're in, like you say, in your divine purpose and you're talking from that place, that's when you bring the people in. That's when they're like, they want to know more about you, and they're there and they're showing up and they're like, ask the questions and they want to know more. So like, I'm a big believer of the energy that you put out is what you get back type thing. So that's what I had to look at for a long time. Is like, what am I putting out there and why am I attracting these people that don't want to work and are nothing like me?
And I wanted to be honest with you guys because I don't think I've done that as much when it comes to what I see in other groups. I'm just going to be brutally honest. You might look at the names of the top 20 coaches, top 30 coaches, top 50 coaches. I am telling you, I'm in this other group, and I'm not saying every single person, but there are people that like you would think you would look up to, and they're like, these are amazing people and they're doing awesome. And they're in other groups talking about how much anxiety, how often they're working, how they can't put their phone down, how they're addicted to certain things. Like 60 to 80 hours a week, these people are working, and their relationships are crumbling. They eat, sleep, and breathe like being on their phone. Do you want to live a life like that just to be a top 100 coach? No. Wouldn't you want to be like I am not necessarily Beachbody famous. I don't know, like I'm not like in the top anything, but I make really good money. You know what I mean? And I think that people don't understand that like rank doesn't equal money. Does that make sense? And like being recognized doesn't equal a certain amount of money. Yeah, there are people that like live this, and there are people that are authentic. The Trina Grays of the world, I freaking love her. She like is so amazing. If you can follow her, follow her. But I'm just saying, like I see these people that are like literally will post, this is amazing. This is an incredible opportunity. Life is great. Anyone can do this. And they're behind the scenes talking about how they're having anxiety and they don't know if they can do this anymore. And I'm just like literally, do you want to live like this life that's a pretend life? No. I want to teach you guys that you can live in your truth and live in your life and attract the right people and be here for the long term. And I would rather have a much smaller quality team than have hundreds of Success Club points and never talk to the people. Do you know what I mean? And then have these false and fake relationships in my life and work all the time. Because if I'm working all the time, all the day, every single day, is that really a life that I want to live? No. Like when I say that I'm balanced, I really truly believe that I'm balanced. I really believe that I've taken a lot of steps in the right direction to like set my work hours. That's why I'm telling you guys this, to like unplug and be with your family, because that's important. Because if you never unplug, then you're not living. Okay. There are a lot of Beachbody coaches and a lot of people work on social media that are addicted. They're addiction. There's a major addiction, especially with our phones. So like the more disciplined you are to set your hours and to do your crap and to do the important things and to live in your truth, like that makes me happy, because you can be successful while doing that. And that's what I have had to figure out, because you guys, in the first couple of years, I didn't. I was on the phone a lot. I didn't set my hours. I was unbalanced. My husband and I got in fights a lot. And it wasn't like something that I like, you know, like, am I saying that? I'm just saying like it took a lot of work to build the first couple of years, but I know that it can be done in a more authentic way to yourself, and finding the truth, and loving. So I freaking love challenge groups. I love the accountability groups. I love working with you guys doing the one-on-one mentoring. So that's what I try to focus on with my time, is what I'm saying. I have good connections on my posts. I know like my strengths. I know my weaknesses are like trying to figure out like BATs, filling out BATs, and like try to overcomplicate things. So like, don't like put your head down is what I'm trying to say. Like, don't ever look at another coach and be like, oh, if I could just you have no idea if they're really happy. You really don't. Like, it is shocking to me. Like how many people, like, are they really happy? That's what I want you to think about. Like, and that's what we never know people's stories, like truthfully. So please, please, please keep your blinders on. Do not get focused on other people's life. Do not get focused on what they're doing and you're not doing enough. Because the truth is when you're making progress in your life and working on your life and personal development and living in your truth and being joyful, that's what attract is. That's what people attracts to you, because they're like, I want more of her. I want more of that. You know what I mean? And that's like the main thing is that I've realized is that there's no box for a perfect coach. Okay. The perfect coach is the way that makes you the happiest, is the happiest way that you live your life. And just remember that like you are enough the way that you are. You do not have to pretend to be anything other. And there are people out there that need you in your life. And I have to, honestly, I've gotten much better at that. And I have to constantly remind myself of that. Even in this last month of like my funk, I still have people coming to me and saying, you're so inspiring. And I'm like, really? Am I really inspiring this month? I don't feel inspiring, but I've been here for 7 years. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm the most consistent. I'll tell you right now, I am the most consistent person with posting and showing up on my workouts and doing my stories. Like that is like, boom, like I can do that. All right. I'm not consistent with inviting to a coach opportunity. I'm not consistent with inviting all the time when I feel off, but I am consistent with personal development. And that is why I am where I am. I'm telling you right now, my mindset is stronger than it's ever been. And when I get into a funk, it's the mindset. Okay. One thing I want to say, and I want Mandy to talk. Trina Gray is doing this thing called the Perfection Detox. And she swears by this book, and she does it with all of her new coaches. And she runs a group each month. I posted it in the group. I would absolutely love to do like a perfection detox, just like personal development stuff with you guys. I think it's important. Anyone up for doing that book this month or want to do that book, Perfection Detox? Okay, so the author's called Petra something, but like she swears, and I don't know how she does it. I've asked her if I can be in her group just because I would love to learn from her, but I think it'd be super simple to do, you know, a chapter, like a chapter every couple days, because it's awesome. The book is like, you look at the reviews and it's like through the roof, and it's like perfect for life, not just coaching, right? And I think that's where we're all struggling. We're trying to be like this, like we're trying to feel like we're good enough and capable enough and doing all these things. And I feel like if our PD matches what it is that we need, I know I struggle with that. So I just was wondering if you wanted to do that with me. Okay, Mandy, tell me your goals for March and knock it out.
Goals, I'm picking back up my tracker and getting back more into conversations and fighting. So I just want to stay consistent in that. Tracking is definitely something I struggle with, and I have not been inviting like I should. I did awesome for a while, and then I just stopped. And it's just, I don't even honestly know why. It's just, I think it's just stuff that's going on in my personal life, and I just felt like I couldn't do it. Just excuses, but I just need to get back to it. I am loving every morning I'm doing a Zoom workout with some of my coaches and challengers, and it's definitely, that's what I love doing, is working with them, and they just starting the mornings with them has been awesome. So I want to grow that community. I want to get more people into that and stuff. So it's just, and I have 4 solid coaches that I'm trying to work with to get them to do the business, and they seem excited about it. So I just want to work more with them to help them grow. So that's kind of my goal this month, is to help them really start doing that. They keep saying they will and they want to, and they're showing up and doing the workouts and stuff. It's just not getting them to do that other stuff.
Maybe get them into the 4 people, get them into the dig deeper downsizing, and maybe we'll do the book club in that group. We'll do the Perfection Detox in there. Then your coaches will watch you showing up, and we don't have to open up another group, and we can just run a book club in that group.
I think that's a good idea. Keep it centralized, and then everybody knows where it's at. And even if you're not reading the book, you probably will get so much value from people commenting, right?
Yeah. So Mandy, is yours quality conversations each day, or is it just like a certain number that's important to you? Or is it like just re-engaging? Like, what does that look like to you?
So I'm in the Hey Girl Academy with Kayla. So I've been really trying to figure out who I am and niching down my market and trying to figure out how to talk to my people. So I'm trying to get the engagement in that way so that I can start talking to my people and really start engaging in conversations like that. I know I have some follow-ups that I could probably do, but it's like, I did STEM social for a while and I got my numbers to go pretty up, but it's all like random people that are not my people. So
yeah, I get it. That's the same thing with me. I will say this. I know that a lot of people struggle with this one thing, and I will tell you, I don't like doing an invite like the very first time I talk to someone. I just realized that that's just not me, and I wouldn't like it. Some people do, okay? But I can say a message like, thanks for watching my stories, like I'm a mom, or like whatever, I have my message made. I can jump very quickly to the invite. So the difference is how long are you sitting in? I'm not scared to jump into my invite. I don't invite right away. The very first message, I like to call, I like to have a good contact, and if that person doesn't write me back, then they weren't going to respond to my invite anyhow, right? So like what I'm saying is the people that write me back, I flag them on Instagram. I make sure I go to their stuff. I like their stuff. I comment on their stuff. I look and see if they're the kind of person I want to work with, right? But one of the things that I'm doing is I'm very quickly moving to that invite. Like, hey girl, you've been watching my stories for the last week. Have you thought of any more doing my virtual vibe tribe group? Because you're the kind of person I'd love to work with. Like that to me is authentic. Like after I message them. And so that's what I was going to say to you. Like maybe that's what you need to work on, is doing those initial reach outs. And I had a really, I know those change for every single person. And I think that every person's different, but I had a example one that I've been sending that's been working, and they're responding. Do you want me to share that with you guys? Okay, so it's just really sharing a little bit about myself. It's keeping it super simple, so I can share that with you guys. But I think maybe, Mandy, that could be your focus, is instead of doing the invite right away, like making sure you're doing those quality reach outs to the people that you actually would want to work with. And then once they engage with you, then to me, that's like an open circle. Like, okay, I'm opening my arms. I opened up this conversation. Then of course, because I always think, have you considered ever working with me? Or have you seen what I do in my virtual vibe tribe? Or like, have you like, I figure like when we talk one time, they share like, I've been watching your stories. You're very inspiring. Like that to me is like, ding, ding, ding. I'm going to invite you. Do you know what I mean? So I guess that's something to think about, is initial contact. And to me, I'm going to be honest with you. Like I could send out 10 messages and only 2 people respond. So with those 2 people are the ones that I keep in my list. And then if anyone else is out of that 10 that I really like, I flag them and I try to go back to them and say, hey girl, I saw that you saw my message. I don't know if it's your thing or not. No worries. You know, I just wanted to let you know I was thinking of you or whatever. Or I'm doing this. I like to send them like, I'm doing this squat challenge. Do you want to join me? It's free or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I'm offering them value and free stuff. Okay. So you want to re-engage with your coaches. Let's get them into the perfection detox. Hey, let's set a date right now before we get off the phone. We need to order. I'm going to post in our Dig Deep downline. I want you to reach out to any coaches that you think could use this perfection detox, and let's get it ordered. If I order today, I mean, most of us have Amazon Prime, but if you don't, when do you want to start that? Should we start it the 11th of March?
Yep, sure.
So that's the same. I think we start the perfection detox the 11th.
Okay.
Okay. I might do something very simple and easy, you guys, just like if you drop your takeaways like for the day, for that week, all your takeaways from the PD for that week, and just like engage, like I might put you into a drawing for the week, because I just think that it helps like people actually do stuff. So that might be fun. So anyhow, so perfection detox the 11th, that's going to be exciting. Make sure you order that. Again, the author is Petra something. I'll post a picture of it. But I just have read reviews and listened to Trina, and I respect her. And she said it's like she does it with every new coach. She does it every month. They do it again. And it's interesting. She does like a 10-day, like a 10-day book club, and they read a chapter a day. So they don't read the whole book, but it gets them started on like reading the book and doing all those things. And I think that that's kind of cool to do something like that. Okay. And then your other goals. Do you have any other goals that you want to share?
Just being consistent and
your tracker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, my tracker, and then definitely personal development, trying to get through this stuff that I'm going through right now. So I'm trying to find, well, I mean, that perfection detox might be just exactly what I need, but.
Okay. I was going to say hashtag lean in. Okay. When I need to lean in. So I'm going to go right in the Dig Deeper page, and I'm going to say like our hashtag for my coaching environment is lean in. I think it's really important that you don't lean out, that you don't escape, that you don't go, I'm not good enough. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's happening in my life. Like life's too difficult. Like I'm telling you, when I struggle, I lean in. Okay. I dig deeper into my accountability groups. I shared with you guys on the BAT group that I'm $54,000 for taxes. Like I literally, like it's like, I can't even talk about it without getting anxiety. Like I'm not going public with that. I haven't shared that. Christina called me yesterday. I talked to Christina about it. Like it's something that's like, I feel like it's a noose around my neck some days, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like I could not talk about it and just pretend that like, I didn't have this tax meeting and like, life's great and it's perfect, but like, it's hard. It's hard to get told that you owe $54,000. I mean, I told JD, like, we don't need to do anything. We can't do anything. We can't go on any vacation. We have to cancel our Disney World trip. We have to cancel spring break. And he's like, no, like you need to stop. Like we are not going to like not live our life. We're just going to get on a payment plan. Things are going to be fine. Anyhow, so I wanted to share that with you. I want to share my goals real quick, and then I'll let you guys go because I want to be accountable to you guys. And again, I feel like I know that February was crazy and I couldn't hop on, or I didn't because I had the flu and things were crazy and then life, but I really want to be consistent with our calls. Unless I'm going out of town or I'm gone somewhere and I can change it to like a Thursday. If I'm leaving on vacation or doing something, I will change it to a Thursday. But in general, Friday at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, 8 a.m.
Kiana, you change it to 9.
9. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry. This is why I need you, Mandy. 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time AM is going to be our set call. And I feel like if you're consistent showing up and your coaches see you consistently showing up, you know, my vision is to have you and your 5 builders on this call. My vision is for you to have you and your coaches consistently show up in the call. I know that people work, and so it doesn't always work out. But for people that, for someone like me, like I just don't have any nights open. And so I want to make sure I do connect with you on a weekly basis. So if you can show up like on Fridays or like on the lunch hour, that would be awesome. Okay, my goals. I want to re-engage with my old customers, my 2B customers, and my 21-day fix customers, make sure I'm setting them up for success and restarting conversations. I want to re-engage in my 2B mindset group on March 18th. I want to work with 20 women, start to like make that manifest that I want to work with women to make $500 to $2,000 a month. I don't care where they are. I just want to make sure I put that out into the universe, and I'm going to believe that. I'm just going to believe that I'm attracting women that want this as an opportunity, that really want to need this community, that want to make an impact, and that need this sisterhood in this community, but also hardworking and disciplined women, because this is not something that just falls into your lap. You're not going to make $500, $2,000. Okay. Tracking is going to be my number one focus, to be disciplined this week, because I don't always feel like doing it. I'm going to do it anyway. Do my crap, right? So I would like to connect with 5 people from Monday through Friday, reconnect in really good conversation. So I don't care who they are, whether they're coaches or customers, but 5 existing people to re-engage conversation. Do those things on Instagram, like I told you, those stories. Like to me, it's not a hey girl message. It's more like introducing myself, but it's probably a hey girl message. It's probably like, don't do those anymore. And then order my perfection detox and really focus on that this month with you guys, because I feel like that's going to be really good for our team. So those are my goals. And I feel like that, like, honestly, I don't need to tell you that my goal is like Success Club 5 or 10, because I feel like when you do that, it's just going to fall into place. And I didn't make Success Club 10 last month. And honestly, it's not that a priority to me. So like for me, helping 3 people a month, I could say that. Like helping 10 people a month, whether it's with a challenge pack or not, like I want to do that. I don't have a problem finding challengers. I have a problem like talking about the coach opportunity in an authentic way to myself. Does that make sense? And I refuse to like do these like influencer ads, you know what I mean? And just make it look like, I don't know, whatever. At the end of the day, I want you to be happy. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. We didn't do any of this BAT tracker, but that's okay. I want you to still, like, I'm gonna be committed to you guys, whether it's completely empty or whether it's not. Call my ass out in the group and say, Kiana, where's your tracker? Okay, please call me out in the group. Where's your tracker? I want to, whether it's completely empty or full, I'll get it done before I go to bed and make sure I check it out and post it. And I appreciate you guys being on the call. I really liked today's call. I really feel like we talked through some things. Just know that whatever happened last month is in the past. Kuna Matata, right? Like, you can own your day. You can be the boss of your day. You can make this month amazing. And that all is the decision to, I'm doing this with my team, my accountability group, hashtag wake up and rise, which wake up and rise and do your shit. Like, stop pretending, and like if you wake up a little bit earlier, I need to work on that. And wake up in mind, MIND, which means wake up and first thing you do is personal development. And that's what I'm focusing on in March too. So like, you can wake up and have a crappy attitude, but you can change it with your mindset. Okay. So you have the power to do whatever you want. I truly believe if you had the most crappiest, shittiest month last month, you can have an amazing month this month. It's all in your perspective. It's all in your activities, and it's all about putting yourself first. Okay. Remember, at the end of the day, if you're not your own best challenger, in your own progress, if you aren't making like your life, I guess, progress, that's where you probably feel like you're a fraud. Right. So like, make sure you work on yourself, personal development, workouts, plug it into the community, just because you deserve that. And that's something that you need. And I know that in February, I leaned in a lot to that. Okay. And there's no problem with you leaning in ever to our team and to us and to this group. And I love you guys.
Christina, what was that term you used again? Instead of influencer, what were you?
Ambassador.
Ambassador.
Yeah, you're like a representative, right? Because really, at the end of the day, they're always like, don't show the pictures of Shakeology, don't show the pictures of Energize. You're an ambassador. But if you're talking about stuff like, you guys, this is my favorite, pre-workout, Energize, it's awesome, it's natural, it's whatever. You guys, this is my favorite way to make a smoothie with my favorite superfoods called Shakeology. Do you know what I mean? Like, just like you would say, my favorite restaurant is this, my favorite pair of yoga pants is this, whatever. Like, you're always representing some company when you're recommending it to someone. That's all you're doing. So you're just your own person. And that's basically how I want to build my business, is just have ambassadors that are like basically showing up for themselves, using tools that are going to help them live their best life, right? Like, that's pretty much what it is.
I love it. I love it. One of the things,
love you guys.
I love you guys. Do something like this. Keep something next to you that's important to you. So I try to focus on my Vibe Tribe being my best group ever. Share a story 2 times a week about coaching. Impact over income. And then I like to focus on sisterhood, community, impact, hardworking, discipline. So all my posts have been around.
Cool.
So like, I found these 5 or 6 keywords that I work with the energy givers, focus on my legacy leadership, and then 20 star diamonds. So like, I stare at that every day. And then I also stare at my vision board.
That's really cool. I like that.
Okay, guys.
I love you guys. Have a great day.
I love you. Let's take a picture. I want to hop on another call. I appreciate you. I love you so much. And in the future, if it's just you and me on the call, I still want to do it. Like, if it's just you that shows up, just one person, I still want to do it. And I would always love to throw in some little, like 20 minutes of work time, or just like actual, okay, go do this. Okay, smile. And then I'll tag you on Instagram. Okay, ready? It was myself, sorry. Okay, I got you. Love you, ladies.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.